Hi guys, thank you for tuning in today. This is episode 4 of the Alpha Elite podcast. I got myself, Bryn and Josh here today as usual. So for this episode I wanted to talk about something which is quite prevalent in society today. It's something that has affected me throughout my course of my life. I know it affects Josh and you've got an opinion on it as well. Yep. So we wanted to talk a little bit about body dysmorphia. I feel like it's a subject that for guys is something that's kind of overlooked a lot. I don't think that it's spoken about enough, the pressures and everything that young guys are under. It's very prevalent in the female community, and they talk quite openly about it, about the body dysmorphia and the way that social media images and advertising images will make them feel, and about being body conscious. And I think that it's very prevalent in males these days, especially I've noticed, obviously, in the gym and everything, that a lot of the younger guys here, they're very body conscious, very, very body conscious. And that's one of the reasons why they're obviously hitting the gym. Talking from a personal point of view, from like a young age, I've really suffered with like body dysmorphia. So as a kid, I was quite a thin, scrawny little kid, and I got into the gym lifting weights because I wanted to look like my heroes, action heroes, that kind of thing. And it's been a very, very positive thing for me, and has obviously led on to some great opportunities and a good career for me. But no matter how big I got, no matter how muscular I got, no matter how ripped I've been, even when I competed and was on stage and I've had photo shoots and things like that, every time I look in the mirror, I just see this 9 stone skinny kid, and it's never changed. And I was talking to one of my female friends about it at the weekend as well. And she was like, well, you never come across like that. You always seem like quite a confident person. You know, you dress nicely, you present yourself very well, you're intelligent, you're confident around people, you've got a lot of friends, you've got a lot of colleagues. She's like, you don't come across as this kind of person that would have this kind of issue. And I was kind of, well, it's one of them things that it's not really spoken about. Like, guys don't really sit around and talk about this kind of thing. We know it goes on. And, you know, we have spoken about it. We spoke about it when we were talking about a subject for the podcast. But it's not something that is out there in the mainstream. And I think that social media, like Instagram, especially with like a lot of the younger guys, the fitness influencers have become like a huge presence. And a lot of these guys are striving to look like these guys. They want the 6 packs, and they want the big delts, and they want the chest, and they want to look good, and they want the hair done, and this, that, and the other. And you know, a lot of the time, the images of the guys that they're looking at on social media, they're not even the guys. I've experienced this, and I know you've experienced it, like getting prepped for show and doing photo shoots and things. It's not maintainable. It's not a healthy way to look. You look like that for a week, 2 weeks, and then these guys will go out and they'll get hundreds and hundreds of shots done. You know, they'll get 12, 18 months worth of content shot while they're in ridiculous shape, and then they will drip feed that through the course of the year in order to get you guys to think that's what they look like. And I think it's kind of misleading, and I think it's creating this sense of falseness out there, which guys are striving to look like things that actually don't really exist. So yeah, it's something that I wanted to talk about, and I wanted to get your guys' opinions. Obviously, we're 3 very, very different characters here. You know, different ways of looking at things. So I thought we'd talk about that today. What do you think of that, Josh? What's your kind of opinion?
I think some people have lack body confidence, but then when you're looking at body dysmorphia, I think body dysmorphia comes when you start taking more an interest in looking good. So when you start the gym, or you start looking at Instagram more detail, and you're like, oh, I want to look like this person, and then you start being hypercritical of your own physique, of your own body, I think that's when it sort of starts. Like, I spoke to you about this the other day. I said I was looking back at last year's prep shots. Even early on into the prep, I was looking at them, I was like, damn, I look good then. But at the time, I was like, shit, fat, don't like this, don't like this, don't like this. But now looking back with a totally different mindset, not looking good, not looking in shape, I'm envious of that person.
Yeah.
But at the time, I wasn't thankful for the position that I was in. And I think body dysmorphia, for any level, no matter if you're just starting the gym and you've got no aspirations of competing, you've got no aspirations of whatever, it will sort of creep up on you, I think. And it's one of those, like, you look at yourself more. And it's that hypercritical view of yourself. Like when you're on stage with X amount of other people, the judges are being hypercritical of you. They're looking at the size of your delts, the size of your hamstring, size of your legs, whatever, how cut you are, do you know what I mean? How many striations they can see. So if it happens there, then it's going to happen on every level. Do you know what I mean? Like you say, people have this unrealistic expectation. You look at any fitness model who does it for a job professionally, and then how can you try and emulate what they do when you're not being paid to do what they're doing? Like, how can you try and be X person who's paid X per month to look in shape, or to look in so much shape, or they're going from photo shoot to photo shoot and they're looking big for this or they're looking small for this, when you've got your 9 to 5, or you've got your job that takes up your time, or you've got kids, or you've got this? It's not unachievable, but it's going to be a damn sight harder for you to achieve. And I think it's just about accept what you've got, be happy. But body dysmorphia it's horrible sometimes. Horrible. Like, you look at yourself and you're like, I'm not big. There's times when I'm like, oh, I just hate the way I look. I'm not big. I don't like this. And then, as harsh as it sounds, sometimes it'll just take me to, like, I don't know, just be in the gym with somebody who I admire and I look at. And you stood next to me, like, oh, okay, we're a similar size, or with this or with that. And I think when I look at other people in the gym who either are bigger, the same size, or smaller, I just look at them bigger. You're just like, you're looking at me like, is my arm the same size? Is my arm the same size as your arm? Is it there? Do you know what I mean? And it's like, but that is it. That's body dysmorphia. You compare yourself, and you don't think you're this, you don't think you're that. In reality, you are. And people will say to you, God, Paul, you're looking shredded, you're looking good. And in your head, you're going, no, I'm fucking not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, you're right.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
But in reality, you are. And you're working hard, and you're looking really good. And you've got your photo shoot in, 6 weeks' time?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to be looking crazy for it. But even on your photo shoot, you'll be like, I look good. But you're like, oh, this could have been better. And even though you might be like, prep's been amazing, it creeps in. Those thoughts creep in. It happens on every level. I've met people who are big, small, in between, whatever. Everybody's got some level of, like, body dysmorphia, some level of, like, confidence in some way. You'll go to a bodybuilder, oh, you look sick, you look shredded. Nah, I need to be a bit leaner. Nah, my arms need to be a bit bigger. Nah, it's like, do you know what I mean? It's that hypercritical,
right. It's hypercriticalism
view of yourself. And obviously saying about Bryn, you were, just before we sort of started, you were going on what you feel in your terms.
I think so obviously we're bringing up stuff like, bodybuilders and stuff like that, but I think we really need to hit home on general society. So I would use my experience as a child. I think a lot of people grow up at school as well, and not just like, around normal kids. And I think a lot of kids, what they're afraid of is just not being popular. Mm-hmm. And what they'll do is potentially, the toughest kid in the school or the best looking kid in the school. They'll see what they get. They see how they get treated, and they want that. Yeah. So it's not necessarily they're looking in the mirror, and I understand body dysmorphia to a point, but I think they're just looking at kids and going, what have they got? I want what they've got. I want that popularity, and more importantly, I don't want to be bullied. I don't want to be bullied. Yeah. The big kid over there that knocks everyone out or throws everyone around, he doesn't get bullied. The kid that's the fastest kid, he doesn't get bullied. The kid that's got the nice, expensive stuff on, he's got loads of friends, And I know it's a little bit off subject, but I think the root of the problem is childhood. And I think when you grow up and you realise, that people are around you, and he's gone off there, he's not got a very good job, he's gone off there and, he's in prison, or she's, she's got 10 kids or whatever, and she's gone nowhere in life. You realise that, yes, it's all bullshit, but it's still embedded in you now. You know, it's like, I mean, I wasn't a fat kid. I was just, you know, I was built like my
Massive.
dad, big, broad shoulder. No, I wasn't actually that big as a kid.
Were you tall as a kid?
No, I didn't actually have a growth spurt until year 9, year 10. That's when my shoulders come in. That's when I sort of started looking. You know, there was kids in like year 6, year 7 for people that aren't on sort of UK based. That's like 11, 12 years old. And they're sort of, you know, there was kids like showing me their armpits and they had hair, and I was like, what the fuck is that? You know, I'm not used to that. I don't know what that is, you know, puberty and all that stuff. And, you know, I hit 15, 16 and I become a kid, you know, a big kid, and then, you know, started gymming and started getting to like, you know, 16, 17 stone and started looking like a guy, you know, like a man. But no matter how good I looked, if someone said to me, fucking hell, you're fat, you bro, or you're fat, even if they were joking, it hit me. And even though I knew they were chatting shit, because I had big arms, I had big chest, you know, I had abs, it's still embedded in you that, well, that's how that kid got treated, so I don't want to be that kid. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And it's not necessarily about, you know, I've got big arms and, you know, there's kids in here potentially, or there's adults in here that will come in here, they'll never be as strong as me, potentially. You know, they've not got my genetics. Yeah. But I don't at the same time think they care about that. That's not their journey. They want to be the best version of themselves, but they also don't want the bullshit that comes with it. I know you've been working hard, bro, but, you know, you're fat. And it's like, well, no, he's not. He's not actually fat. And he doesn't want that because that makes him go, well, do you know what? What's the fucking point? What is the actual point? I think I'm now getting bullied as an adult. You know, it's banter, it's this, it's that. But some people genuinely can't handle that because, you know, they do take it. Well, fucking hell, am I actually fat? Am I actually this? Am I actually that? Is there any fucking point? And it's, you know, I understand that people do suffer with body dysmorphia, and people probably look at me and think, well, he don't give a fuck, you know, he's 24 stone, he's massive, he's this, he's that. But people of all shapes and sizes, you know, fucking shape you get in, the shape you get in, you know, I'm huge, but it's just like everyone will deal with it in their own different ways. And I think it does stem from childhood. It's about this popularity thing where people look at each other and they just go, you know, I don't want to be bullied. I don't want to be made to feel or be belittled. I don't want to be made to feel this big again. You know, I'm an adult. I've earned my right to be here just the same as you. Okay, you're in better shape. Who gives a shit? You know, and I think when you really nail it down, it genuinely is a childhood thing where it's popularity and it's. I think people don't need to be perfect, but
no, never.
You know, I think the common cause is that little bit there where they're like, shit, I don't want to be that guy. If everyone's on the same wavelength, we're all fat, or we're all thin, or we're all this, or we're all that, and everyone's going down the pub and having a few pints, no one cares. But the moment someone goes, fucking hell, bro, you let yourself go a bit there, it's like, yeah, I have, Anna. But then he's crying in the corner about it, and it's like, fuck, yeah.
I think even, I've experienced it like where people they've been having a joke, and it's been a little bit into prep, and like, make a joke about, are you training, are you? And it's like, there's a split second where you're feeling sad, and you're like, oh, am I training? But then they're like, oh, it's a joke, but it's still, there's some resonance there.
It cuts you.
I think for me, like, going for, like, COVID, I was prepped, I was good, and then COVID happened, lost everything, shrunk again. COVID finished, prepped, looked good, COVID happened again. So I've been like big, small, and it's kind of conditioned it that I'm not that bothered what size or shape I am. However, this last prep was probably the best one I've ever done, and I was looking really big, really lean, I was looking really good. And I think I got used to kind of walking into a room and having a bit of a presence, I would say. Like when you walk in a room, you're 6'4", 6'5", whatever you are, and you're 24 stone. Like people will look like you're big, and I went from like having that sort of presence in a room and I'm almost having people a bit captivated, and people would look or whatever, to then kind of losing a lot of size, a lot of shape and everything.
Feel a bit insignificant.
And you feel a bit insignificant, And it's like I'm not bothered at the moment. It's not the end of the world. Like it is what it is. I'm happy being me. Like I got food when I want. I go for drinks if I want to. Like prep's very demanding. However, there's a side of prep where it's like a bit egotistical, But so what? You work hard. Why can't you flaunt it? Like if I were to wear a tight shirt, I wear a tight shirt. Do you know what I mean? You work hard for the way you look. I think this time for me, that was a little bit. I was like, fucking hell. People, I walk in a room now and don't really get anything. And it is what it is. I don't expect anything. It's not an expectation. It's kind of just another factor of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've noticed. Obviously, I've been in the fitness industry. I'm a bit older than you guys, so I've noticed a massive change in like the way that the body image has affected like people. So, like I'm in my 40s, and I went on my first lads' holiday when I was 18. And I went on holiday abroad with a group of 20 lads. Not one of us at that point did a 12-week diet to go on holiday. It was unheard of. Like I was going to the gym and I was in shape. Well, I didn't diet to go on holiday. What do groups of guys and that do? They book a holiday. Right, I'm going, right, I've got to hit the gym. I've got to get in shape. I've got to get in shape. Girls, I've got to look good on the beach. I've got to look good for Instagram. I've got to look good on my pictures. You know, that's a space of, in 20 years, that's what a society has gone to now. And this is what I'm on about. So people are so much more conscious about the way that they look and the way that they're perceived, that it's actually affecting their real world experiences. They're enjoying it.
Yeah.
You know, how many times do you see like videos in like Ibiza and everyone's got the phones out filming? They're not even living in the moment.
Yeah.
You know, but like I was thinking about it the other day and it baffled me. I was like, I remember going on my first holiday and we just booked it, we organised it, everyone was dead excited to go and we went and we all got absolutely smashed. We had a great time. We ate out every night, like burgers and chips and stuff. And then, like now, you look at like young guys, groups of guys are going on holiday. Oh, I'm off to Marbella. Oh, I've got to get in shape. I've got to do this. I've got to buy this clothes. I've got to buy these shorts. Yeah. They're so like conscious.
Everyone's image conscious.
Yeah.
Go on.
But I think, like you've said there, I'll just quickly add because, I just everything you've just said is fine. That's fine. If that's the way if that's what makes, I need new clothes. If that's what genuinely makes you happy days, but it's not a requirement.
No.
If you want to get in shape, because like I say, we're sort of shitting on ourselves if we're not. You know what I mean? We'll get you in shape.
Everyone needs to get in shape. Everyone needs to get in shape.
We want to get you ready, but what we're saying is it's not a necessity for life. It's not a necessity like, oh, you need to look your best, as you would refer to yourself as looking your best. You don't need that to go on a holiday. If that's what you want to do, by all means, hire us. But don't think that you need to do that in life just to be acceptable in life. You need to be happy in your own self to go on holiday. Just be in whatever shape you feel comfortable in.
Yeah.
But if that is that you want to be, ripped or shredded or however you want to say it, then it's, we can do that for you. But it's like, it's not a necessity is what we're trying to say. It's nice. And like you're saying, that's the way that, the fitness industry has now changed. But just basically be happy in life, be happy with what you want to do. Take a picture, oh yeah, I've been on the beach today, but live it, experience it. Your brain's the biggest, memory card you've got. Just take a quick snap. Yeah, I'll enjoy looking at that in 5 years' time. This is where I was, but live the moment. Don't just, guys, we're here today. Yeah, TikTok this and Snapchat that. Live it with your friends.
It's exactly what the whole Alpha Elite program is the ethos of what we're doing. Yeah. It's not about being better than that person, looking like this person. No one's we don't want people coming and say, see this guy here, I want to look like him. Well, you're not going to look like him or her, because that's not you. You haven't got the same genetics. But if you want to make a positive change, if you've made that decision, if you're not happy with the way that your life's going, or you're unhappy with the way that you look, or you're unhappy that you're carrying a little bit of weight, and you want to make a positive change, you want to become the best version of yourself for you, not for anybody else, because you are the most important person in your life.
Yeah.
If you've got a partner, they're the most important people in your life. If you want to make a change for yourself, then that's exactly what the Alpha Elite program is, and that's what these guys are going to help you to do, to get you in the best possible shape for yourself. Not to be better than this guy, not to be better than that guy, not to look like a certain person, to be the best version of you, because that genuinely is all you can be. And if you want to lose a few pounds to go on a holiday because it makes you feel good, it makes you feel confident. If you want to lose a little bit of weight because you want to play with your kids, if you want to lose a bit of weight because you're getting married and you want to look good for your husband, amazing. We can help you to do that. That's exactly what it is. We're not trying to get you, onto the stage. That's not what we're about. There are coaches out there that have been doing it for years that can do a far better job than we can. But we want to do this whole fitness, lifestyle, community, get you part of something.
Yeah.
Make it something worthwhile so that you are getting the best out of it, becoming the best version of yourself. So that you are happy and competent and you're going on to lead a very happy and fulfilling life. That's exactly what it's all about.
Yeah. I think we spoke about the other day with Dan, didn't we? And we were just saying, like, yes, you can get in shape for your holiday. Yes, you can get in shape for this, and this. But why not make positive steps for your life, as in general? Not just, you can get shredded for your holiday, wherever you need to go, or you can get in shape, or you can lose a few pounds for this. But why not put those positive steps in motion so that when you get back from your holiday, you can jump back into a lifestyle? It doesn't have to be strict, it doesn't have to be crazy, but everything in moderation. That's it. You can still have and eat whatever you want to eat, but in moderation. You don't need 12 McDonald's a week. You don't need pizza every day. But as long as you moderate things, dieting doesn't have to be boring. No. Training doesn't have to be boring. And if it is, change it. If it's your coach, change your coach. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those, like, it's not daunting. No.
It's supposed to be a positive thing.
It's positive.
It's supposed to be self-improvement. Yeah. It's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be enjoyable. Yes, it's going to be hard work because nothing that is worth having is going to come easy. So it's going to be hard work and you've got to put a bit of time and a bit of dedication into it. But it's supposed to be positive. And if you're not getting positive support from the community, positive support from the people around you, or positive support from your coaches, then you need to look elsewhere. You need to find someone that's going to give you that positive energy, the positive input that you want, in order to make the progress and the changes that you want to make.
Definitely.
So it's a good subject to talk about. And like I say, I think social media has really influenced the way people and the cultures has changed. And I'm very pro health, like in terms of people getting fit and healthy. I don't care if you don't come to the gym. I don't care if you don't come to my gym. If your part of you being fit and healthy is going for a walk or that's amazing. Like, I loved it in lockdown, seeing all these people out cycling, walking the dogs, running and stuff. Because you'll realise that it has a very, very positive impact on your life, not just physically but mentally. You will feel better about yourself. You will feel more confident, which will then only affect your personal life, your work life. It's a whole thing that comes. It's not just about going to the gym. You go to the gym. You want to go to the gym. You'll be part of some great communities. If you want to join a gym, go and join an independent gym. You will meet some of the best people that you will ever meet. All the people that are in an independent gym are passionate, from the person that owns it to the guys that work behind the counter to the members that are in there. They're what make independent gyms. Commercial gyms have their place, but you're not going to get that sense of community. You're not going to get the same kind of support. You're not going to get involved in the activities, and they're not going to get to know you. Go to an independent gym, and there's some amazing independent gyms all throughout the country, and there's some amazing coaches out there. If you want to make these positive changes, then have a look, do your research and and have a look and find someone that's worthwhile. It's a subject that's very, very. And I'm sure that we're going to go over this again. I'm sure it's something that we want to get some feedback from you guys about how you feel about it, what your thoughts are, what your takes on it. And I'm sure it's another podcast that we can do. So we're going to wrap it up again today. But again, thanks for watching. Make sure you follow us, like us, follow the YouTube channel. Check out the website, www.balphaelite.co.uk. That's it from me, Josh and Bryn today. Thank you very much.
Ciao.